Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of K-On Trivia. In this episode, we will be covering the troublemaker of the band, Ritsu. So Ritsu's full name is Ritsu Tainaka. She is voiced by Satomu Sato in the Japanese dub, Cassandra Lee in the English dub, Yoon So in the Korean dub, Jennifer Weiss in the German dub, and Xie Jia Wan in the Chinese dub. Ritsu is also known as Ri-chan, Ritsu Senpai, President Ritsu, Prez, Tainaka-san, Ritsu-san, and Private Ri-chan. That's a lot of names. She is 15 at the start of K-On and 19 by the end. Her birth date is August 21st, 1991. She is the drummer of Hokkaido Tea Time. She is 154 centimeters or 5 foot tall. She weighs 48 kilograms. Her hair is light brown. Her eyes are hazel and her blood type is B. The instrument Ritsu plays is a Yamaha Rick Marotta signature hip gig drum set in mellow yellow. The kanji of Ritsu's given name, when read as Ritsu, as in her name, can refer to musical pitch or to the Japanese seven-tone gagaku musical scale. Ritsu was the only one out of the original 4 members who actually intended to join the light music club, and was also primarily responsible for each of the other 3 original members joining. She insisted that Mio join, created the skits that amused Mugi, who originally intended to join the choir club, and caused her to want to join, as well as suggested to Yui that the others play a song for her, which was what finally caused Yui to actually join the club. If Ritsu had never existed, the Light Music Club would have received no applications and would have been disbanded. So in some sense, Ritsu actually saved K-On. Ritsu eats a lot of rice. When the girls visited a shop that sold travel equipment in preparation for their trip overseas, Mio pointed out the rice section to Ritsu and said that Ritsu would need it more than anyone else. Well, she is Japanese. Although Ritsu had once mentioned that, being a drummer, it was impossible for her to sing, she still sang Tenshi ni Fureta yo for Azusa while playing the drums. She is a fan of The Who, and her favorite drummer is Keith Moon, though she is not fond of his tendency to destroy his drum set and similar violent behavior. Although Mio had mentioned Ritsu's room to be so messy it is impossible to walk, scenes of Ritsu's room seem generally neat. Interestingly, Ritsu's own accounts of Mio's room, e.g. covered in panties, are similarly inaccurate. Ritsu has the widest social life among her friends because she has the friendliest nature among all the members, as well as the natural talent of being able to entertain everyone and make friends, one of the pros of being an idiot. For instance, she was able to click well with Ui in their first meeting, become close friends with Sokabe-senpai and Ayame Yoshida, and still kept in contact with Maki despite already having graduated from elementary 2 years prior. She plays the drums because she hates having to perform complicated movements with her fingers.
Ugh! Oh, come on! Just imagining having to wriggle my fingers like crazy just to play guitar, bass, or keyboard makes me want to scream! I really hate it.
Ritsu can be regarded as the female counterpart to Ringo Starr of the Beatles. Both are anti-authoritarian yet fun and spontaneous drummers defined by their unrestrained enthusiasm and devil-may-care attitude towards forethought and life in general. Also like Starr, Ritsu shares a close friendship with McCartney's counterpart, Mio, both of whom are the level-headed voice of maturity of their respective bands, who also lifted the spirits of their respective immature friends through the famous use of a postcard. In Mio's case, this occurred in the college story arcs. In terms of character, Ritsu is the fun character, providing most of the energy. She has an upbeat yet carefree personality, but tends to forget things that are important. Because of that, she constantly gets whacked by Mio. Despite this, she does have the best interests of the club at heart. She can at times appear greedy, something she greatly dislikes. Ritsu is always on the go and will stop at nothing for the success of the Light Music Club, even when everyone else gives up. Despite her reputation as a troublemaker, both in the anime and in the anime community, she never has any ill minds and usually apologizes the moment she goes too far. This does not, however, stop her causing trouble the moment the opportunity arises. Despite numerous painful thumps to the head from Mio, she has developed a kind of endurance to them. Like Yui, Ritsu has been a very lazy character a lot of the time. When it comes to club practice, she only ever wants to have fun, despite the fact that this behavior almost drove Azusa away. During training camps, Ritsu usually votes to play first the moment they arrive, and is often supported by Yui. She dislikes studying, and often needs Mio's help, though because of that, she actually scores good marks. On a few occasions, when the pressure is too high, she tends to give up and needs the help of her friends to continue. When she becomes determined, however, she can get her work done in no time. Such determination can be seen on her goal towards Budokan or attending her university of choice so she can study together with her friends. Despite almost never wanting to practice, Ritsu loves playing her drums. In terms of her musical tastes, she is open to anything with a good beat, though her favorites are rock, metal, and punk. Ritsu is very athletic. In fact, PE is the only subject she is naturally good at. Ritsu is incredibly confident, although this has led to despair, such as when the girls lost their way in the middle of Kyoto. One of her trademarks and habits is putting both arms at the back of her head. I wonder if she's ever elbowed anyone. She is also very curious and knows where to go to have fun, a fact Mugi admires. Mugi also described Ritsu as the type of person who goes out of her way for her friends and would have made a great boyfriend, leading Ritsu to hit her out of embarrassment. Ritsu has a tough front and doesn't cry easily. She hates seeing her friends cry, and she will do anything to cheer them up. Ritsu is very good in the kitchen and is also very creative, using the hexagonal pin trick at school. She is, however, not good in stressful situations. Although she could be described as a tomboy, she is actually quite girly and shy, like when she thought about Mio's lyrics to be a love letter for her, or when she had to play the role of Juliet in her class school act. She can also be very thoughtful, as seen when she recalled her past. When Ritsu gets in a bad mood, things get very unpleasant as it is so out of character for her. The best example is when she became jealous after Mio starts ignoring her and spends time with Nodoka. She is, however, very close and somewhat dependent on Mio, as showcased when she became ill in an attempt to win back Mio's attention. Despite her mostly immature behavior, she actually has a lot of common sense, especially when her unreliable teacher Sabako is around. And so guys, that ends this episode of K-On Trivia. I hope you enjoyed it. Tell me what you thought and keep an eye out for future episodes. As always, please rate, comment and subscribe, and remember to stay chilled.
I love sushi.